What you want, what you need.
DJ drop the hip hop and R&B.
YS baby. On 95.7 Jamz.
Yo, man. First and foremost, YS baby, 95.7 Jamz. I'm happy to be here. Birmingham, Alabama's tapped in right now. We got two people that are absolutely legendary on this call. I ain't gonna say and lie. Like my grandma say, I'm blessed to be here with you guys right now.
Thank you.
You know, Rick Ross, you are here. Dave Mays, you are here. Both of your resumes are very long, extensive. I guess it's safe to say neither one of you are a rookie in the game.
Yeah, and getting longer. We're going to add to that thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. Now, the real Rick Ross is not a rapper, ladies and gentlemen. I just figured I'd throw that out there in case you were wondering that. If I need to send you a shirt, I'm pretty sure I know somebody who will. Rick Ross, in your words,
for 20 bucks.
Please.
Hey, for 20 bucks.
Nothing free out here. Nothing free.
No.
Like you said time and time again, and like the shirt says, that's available for 20 bucks. The real Rick Ross is not a rapper. Rick Ross, would you please let them know who the real Rick Ross is?
Man, I grew up in South Central LA. Turned out to be a street hustler, man. Was hoping to be a tennis player. Didn't learn how to read and write though till I got to prison. So my dreams and hopes of going to college was crushed, and I went to the streets, and the rest is history.
Wow, man, we got to talk about it all. It's so many places to go with you, Ross. But before we go there, I'm gonna hop in real quick today. You know what I mean?
All right, go ahead. Let's do it.
There's so much we got to get into. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Mays is in the building. Founder of Source Magazine. It was founded in 1988. Dave, please ask me how I know
that. You weren't around back then, but you must have looked it up, heard about it somewhere. I'm guessing.
Oh, born in 1988, baby.
88. Oh, okay. Perfect.
So 88 was a huge year for me, man. And just
hip hop.
It was a huge year. The 80s were so influential for hip hop, and of course the drug game too. Everybody talks about the 80s and how life was different back then. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Dave Mays, the founder of Source Magazine, is here. The real Rick Ross is here. We talking about After the Snow. We're gonna get into break beat as well. But first and foremost, both of you have lived through so much, in this industry, in this game, from being in prison, from being in the hip hop industry. I want to say more than 30 plus years in this industry. I want to start the interview off with asking y'all both, what are y'all grateful for?
I'm grateful to be alive right now. If somebody would have told me when I was 19 and I found myself back in South Central LA, going through the trunks of cars, stealing people's cars and stealing batteries, I didn't know if I'd be around after 25.
Wow.
That's me. I'm grateful to have this opportunity, to do some more things with my life and make more contributions to the culture, and just that I'm in a position, to be able to try to do that right now. I have great people around me,
Man, that's good to hear, man. I love. I'm gonna soak up a lot of the wisdom from you too throughout this interview. Please, don't mind me. I'm just learning as much as I can. Not every day I have.
We here to give up some game. We want to give up some game.
Yeah, in a minute I'm gonna do. Well, you might matter. In a little bit we're gonna play a little something called "Put Me on Game." Like I like to play with it.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, once you've been through so much, then you learn that at the end of the rainbow, you want to make the world a better place. And if you ain't doing that, you ain't doing nothing.
That's
I
right.
like that. Big facts. Snowfall is out. 5th season going strong out here. Who's your favorite characters?
Go ahead, Dad. You answer that. I don't know. I don't know if I got a favorite character yet.
I got it. I gotta go with Franklin. You know, I gotta go with Franklin, but you know, because he's representing my boy, and he's, you know, he does a great job.
Yeah.
You know, so but there's some great characters on there, man. You know, they all,
Yeah.
that's what makes the show really interesting. They created some great characters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
characters.
I haven't decided who I like in the show yet.
Not yet.
The jury's still out. Well, you know, I watched the whole first season, and I watched 3 of the new seasons. So I'm still new to the series, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm still, you know, I still gotta break my bias. You know, I'm still a little biased. You know, maybe a little mad. You
Just
know
a
what I'm
little
saying?
bit.
Just a little bit. You know, they didn't put me on that I ain't getting a check. You know what I'm saying? I know somebody came up to me one day and they said, man, how you feel about Snowfall? The show doing so good, and I said, well, you know what? If they get a Grammy, I know who Grammy it is.
Do you feel like it feel like, to be honest with you, Ross, it just feels like from the TV shows to the rappers, you know what I mean, to, you know, little things that feel like they be trying, you get snubbed a little bit. Do you feel like I dodging and here, these people got to give me my respect out here, or do you feel like I'm gonna take it? What you talk to me?
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna kick the dough in. But you know what really amazes me is that the people admire the story so much, but they don't want to admire the guy who made the story. You know, I made them stories. You know, I made the name Rick Ross famous. So how would you want to take the name and not take the person who made it? Don't you know that would make you even bigger? Do you know how big that show would be if it was called Freeway Rick? If everybody knew that was really Freeway Rick and they was keeping it Freeway Rick, the story would be ginormous. They probably couldn't get enough TVs for the eyeballs would be tuned into that thing. When the documentary hit, you know, my documentary stayed on Netflix for a year and a half on the front page.
Right.
They couldn't get enough of it. And Netflix didn't take it off. They lost the lease. Their lease ran out.
Come on, Netflix.
I'm just saying.
I feel it. Dave, how you feeling about that, man? Talk to me, man.
Shit, I mean, the podcast or just
in general
with Rick.
The situation with Rick, man, him getting his just due on certain things, and you know, from rappers using the name here, people doing TV shows, and I put my boy in it. I don't know. What are your thoughts, man?
I mean, you know, it's not right. You know, that's not the way I do things, and I would do things if I were in a lot of these people's position. But you know, that's the way the business can be sometimes. You know, and we got to try to bring, you know, more authenticity and stuff into the business. And you know, again, that's what I'm trying to do, and that's so. You know, at least with this, you know, when I called Rick with the idea about it, you know, I said, you know, hopefully, you know, this can turn into something and, you know, provide a way for you to not, you know, feel like, you know, they just totally use you or whatever. And you know, so, you know, we're doing it. And so far it's going great, you know, and, you know, I think people are really excited to hear what Rick has to say, and you know, I think you know, the just due for him and for us is coming.
I like that. After the snow, ladies and gentlemen, after the snow. When people watch it, what y'all want them to take away? The main objective from them to take away from After the Snow is.
Dave, you want it or you want me to answer that?
Go ahead. I got you. Go ahead.
Well, what I'm hoping that people will get out of After the Snow is a realistic understanding of what really took place in South Central. Because what I see from the show so far is they taking a lot of pieces from a lot of different places. But at the end of the day, it's a portrayal of how young Black men in the ghettos are portrayed. And I think that one time in American history, we have to do a true portrayal of what it's like to be young and Black in America.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. I mean, it looked like, Dave, you agreeing with that right there. Like,
and I say that because, you know, I run across a lot of people out here in the world. You know, I'm all over the place. And when I meet people, the first thing they say is, "Oh, you not what we thought you was. You don't fit that mold." And I'm like, "What mold did you have me fit?"
Right. What you thought it was?
What you thought it was? Oh, yeah. I sold dope. You know, like I go to court, and automatically, because you sold drug, you a liar. No, well, most drug dealers don't have to lie because everybody around them is under them. So they don't have to do no lying. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they say, go.
What I got to lie for, yeah.
What I got to lie for? You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to lie to you. You ain't no better than me.
You can't give me no whooping. I ain't got nothing to lie to God. Yeah. Wow, man. Very interesting take on things right there. Breakbeat, man. Dave, man, come on, let's talk breakbeat, man. Talk to me. What is breakbeat, man?
Breakbeat is a brand new network I launched about 3-4 months ago. The first part of it is a podcast network. So we're doing 8 different podcasts so far, different types of podcasts, both visual and audio, trying to basically bring some amazing storytelling, amazing new talent, all reflecting the hip hop culture, into the podcasting world. We have some great podcasts out there. Don't Call Me White Girl was our first podcast.
That sounds dope right there.
Yeah, she's been blowing up. She's been one of the top 10 on the Apple podcast charts, and Spotify picked her as the top 20 best new podcasts of the year. We got the Trapping Anonymous podcast. We got the Larry Hoover life story that we're coming out with. We're working on that. That's a 10-part series. We're doing the Source Unsigned Hype column, 8-part series coming up.
I know that's Rick Ross' favorite, that Unsigned Hype right there. I know he liked that.
Yeah, you already know. The only thing I don't like about it is I didn't get all them artists that was on there as soon as I saw them in the magazine. I needed a tip. I wish Dave would have been calling me saying, "Oh, this is the next one coming out next month. This is phone number. Hey, this is
what's
phone
crazy
number."
Is the I watch you two do your thing, man, and I said, "Hold up, Ross, you wanted to invest in the Source?"
Absolutely. When I got to prison. I went to prison in 88 too. When I got to prison and I saw the 2 pages, I said, man, this is something different. This thing is gonna go places. Because it was only 2 pages, but everybody in the joint passed them 2 pages around the joint. And they didn't tear them. Hey, they didn't tear them. They didn't mess them up. And that's rare.
I'll fight you about them pages. They're serious about the pages. Yo, Dave, is it too late for him to invest? What's going on?
Well, we're Breakbeat now, so Rick's going to be hopefully a long-term part of Breakbeat. This is just the beginning, man. And Rick's got some amazing ventures of his own going, so we're going to try to really help support what he's doing with his cannabis business, his boxing company, and got a big fight coming up in a couple of weeks out in Philly with one of his fighters. So yeah, man, everything.
Yo, this is huge, man. After the snow, Breakbeat, cannabis companies, years in the industry, you guys are still doing it, still putting it on. So I got a couple questions, that I want to ask. Like, so Dave, I think I heard you mention where you said you had a lot to do with Big's career early on and helping launch and platform him. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, sure. Yeah. I mean, the Unsigned Hype column in the Source was something we started in 1990, and we would review demo tapes of unsigned artists who would send their, cassettes in to the Source, and we would pick out the best ones and feature them each month in the magazine. So that column became legendary for discovering some of the biggest names in hip hop. DMX, Mobb Deep, Common, Eminem, and Biggie. No one bigger than Big. I mean, you know, basically Big, Mr. C, and DJ 50 Grand, who was Big's DJ, brought the Biggie's demo tape up to the Source office down in 594 Broadway in New York. We had just moved down there, you know, and played the demo tape for Matty C. Matty was the guy that did the unsigned hype column for the Source. We put him in the magazine. A few weeks after the magazine comes out, I got a phone call from Puff. And,
what?
Puff calls me. He said, "Look, you know, he's working for Uptown Records. He tells me, look, they finally gave me an imprint deal for my label, Bad Boy, and I'm looking to sign some rappers. You know, who do you got? You know." And I went down to Matty. I said, "You know, who do you think we should send to him?" And he said, "You know, Biggie. He's in unsigned hype this month. He's crazy." So Matty's really the one who saw it, and then he brought the tape to Puff, and he signed him like a month later.
Wow, that was legendary. I know if Rick Ross had his anyway with it, he would put some money down on it, because I know you wanted to invest in some artists too, right?
And no question. You know, I was in the joint when I found the Alcoholics.
Oh, that's
man.
It had to be tough for you, man. Just take a moment to see all that stuff happen outside when you were locked up and you wanted to make so many moves.
Tough wasn't even the word. You know, I knew the first independent record labels. You know, Beverly Glen Music and Solar Records was the first independent record labels, and both of the owners was friends of mine. So I was right there and had all the contacts. You know, I just let myself get caught up in that game, and I couldn't. I was still making some moves from the joint. You know.
Yeah. Work your wrist a little bit.
A few moves, you know, but not like I could have done had I had my freedom.
Now I know that. I guess it's safe to say that. To be honest with you, hip hop and drug dealers kind of go. They kind of mess a lot in this industry.
You know, I was just telling somebody that today. You know, Bootleg Kev. I was telling him that how.
Hey, that's my man.
If you watch the way the rap industry moved from state to state, it followed the drug business. You know, when Atlanta got on, Big Meech and them was on down in Atlanta.
That's a
fact.
Know,
when NWA got on out here, LA was on. So
hey,
if you watch the movement of the game, well, you know, Ice-T, when he did that documentary, Planet Rock, you know, how hip hop stole from the drug business, you know, and you know, so many of those guys came on the show and they were talking about how they stole the dress of their local drug dealers. You know, everybody.
Would you say that?
They stole the dress code.
Wow. Not even the dress code, but I guess would it say that it'd be safe to say that rappers were some of the first major investments that drug dealers made?
Oh, absolutely. You know, Dr. Dre learned how to run the beat, work a beat machine from Master Spade. Master Spade was a rapper, but he also was a real drug dealer.
Dave, it's crazy because we all know that this industry take money, man. And a lot of times people have the talent, but they don't have the money. You know what I'm saying? You done ran across that plenty of times. If it was you know, was there any artist that you were silently invested in back in the day, Ross?
Put everything together, nice and loose. Give me some hand speed. Give me some feints.
Rick, you talking Rick?
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah.
My bad. My
bad.
bad. You know, I'm out here. I'm out here. One of my fighters getting trained one day. He called me. I didn't know I had another interview tonight. So we out here. He getting some training by one of the best trainers in the world.
Wow.
That's Keydor out of Detroit.
Wow.
I'm finna take over that boxing too. You know, I want that title.
Yo, that's amazing, bro. To see all your investments and the things that you got going on.
What'd he say?
I said that title ours, man. That title, all four of them. The green belt, the blue belt, the black belt, it's ours. No Freeway, they can't fuck with us.
Oh, I like that energy.
Go.
I like that energy.
Let's go.
Real good.
Hell yeah.
Long jab.
Yeah, sorry about that. What you had asked me, I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, man, that it would. I know drug dealers invested a lot in the hip hop industry, and I was saying, well, man, was there any artists you were silently, or any investments you were silently behind? Like, you don't know, but
Anita Baker. Anita Baker.
Wow.
Hold on.
Anita Baker was signed to Beverly Glen Music when she left Chapter 8. Chapter 8 was signed to Beverly Glen Music. I was silently a part owner of that label. I gave the owner the money that he sent to bring Anita Baker from Detroit back to LA. That was my money that did that.
Are you on right now telling me that you giving me the best that you got right now? And you played a part in helping Anita Baker's career early on?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow. Dave, did you know that?
I did not. Man, that's pretty dope. You know, Rick was ahead of his time, man. He was right there, man. You know what I mean? So
well, you know where I slipped at is and those guys asked me to quit selling drugs. They told me, said that Otis and Dick Griffey both sit me down in Dick's office, and they said, if you quit selling drugs, you can take over this music industry. And at that time, I didn't really understand, because they was asking me for money. And I'm saying, well, if I stop selling drugs, I can't give y'all no more money.
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact. I didn't think about that, Dave. I don't know if you did, but that's true. If I stop, then what y'all need me for? Because I don't know the industry. Y'all need my money.
Yeah. So I just didn't understand what the industry did, and I really didn't understand the music business at that time. It was kind of like fun, you know, the thing that was going on, but I didn't put my energy into it, and I didn't focus on it. The time that I was gonna put my energy on it was when I got out in '93, and I kind of saw, you know, what Harry O and Suge did with Death Row, and I was gonna make a run for it. You know, I bought a theater out here. I was gonna name it it used to be named the West Coast Apollo, and my goal was to put that together and start doing shows and so forth. But that's when the police set me up.
Man, I'm just waiting for your movie, man. I mean, I really wish that Snowfall would have did it a little different, but I mean,
well, you got to come to the premiere. You know, I ain't gonna let but a few people come to the premiere, so you know, you got an invitation to come to the premiere.
Come on, man. The first thing smoking from Birmingham, I'll be on it.
All right. I got to come to Birmingham and do a book signing. I ain't did a book signing in Birmingham.
Let's set it up.
Let's set something up. Let me come down there and sell some books.
Man, say less. Maybe we could get Dave down here too, man. Get some new artists for Unsigned Hype, for everything he got going with Breakbeat podcasting. Yo, I'm so proud of all y'all success, man.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
I appreciate you. Go ahead, Dave.
No, I said, yeah, we're gonna be there, man. We're gonna set something up, man. Appreciate you having us on, but
no doubt.
Birmingham.
I appreciate you having me on too. Shout out to Birmingham. You know what I'm saying? Alabama in the house.
You know, I see. I know you raising some tennis stars. I heard when you and Dave were talking, you told him about some tennis stars or something, some Serena Venus type vibes you got going.
Well, you know, I don't have two girls. I got a girl and a boy, so we're gonna be #1 in the world at the same damn time. You know, Venus and Serena couldn't be #1 in the world at the same time.
That's right.
One had to be one had to be two. But now we're gonna be 1 and 1 at the same damn time. So I'm gonna do something that Richard Williams couldn't do.
I like that. Dave, I want to do something with you real quick. It's called Put Me On Game. You know what I'm saying? It's safe to say that I was born when you founded one of the most influential magazines, or if not the most influential magazine in hip hop. Could you put me on game? If you could say something to a young brother like me, if you're trying to get into this industry, man, you want to make it, what kind of game would you give me?
And, you know, I would just say, you know, it's got to be something that that you're passionate about, and something that you're willing to put that work in. Even with talent, it's not going to come easy to make it in this game. You got to be in it for the long haul, and believe in yourself, man.
I like that. Believe in yourself. I watched that Kanye documentary. Nobody believed in him early on.
Dame did. Hey, Dame did.
Dame was. It seemed like he was the only one.
Hey,
I watched it.
hey,
Did you see when he was walking through the hallways playing this song for the record label for everybody? They were just blowing him off.
hey,
I didn't watch the documentary.
My phone's dying, bro.
Okay, I love you.
I love you. Appreciate you.
All right, blessings.
Peace.
Yeah, so as for putting them on game, I tell everybody, know that you can be anything that you want to be. Just put your mind to it. And know that you can do it. And know that you can do it.
Hey, would you you know, would you say if I know you got so many things you sat in that cell you thought about so much, man. If you could replay anything, would you change anything? Would you get out the game sooner? Would you make sure you had invested in artists? Would you have what?
If I was doing it all over again, I would never get in the game.
Damn.
You know, even though the game has given me so much, you know, and taught me so much, knowing what I know today, I could never sell cocaine to nobody. I mean, I couldn't do it.
Even with the 3 million per day you were making?
I'm finna be making billions a day. Just using this nugget. See, what I found out is this nugget is the most valuable thing. I used to think that cocaine was the most valuable thing, but now I know it's the nugget. It's that head, that brain is the most powerful thing on the planet. That nugget is what sent rocket ships to outer space, put satellites in outer space, made the nuclear bomb, and, you know, make cars run off gasoline. It all come out of man's mind. So all we got to do is put our mind to work and let it do what it do. Our mind is so powerful that it controls every function in our body without even thinking about it. I'm gonna leave you with that.
Ross, man, hey man, I appreciate you so much. Appreciate you so much, man. Thank you.
We're gonna do this again.
Thank you for doing this.
We're gonna do this again.
Please, man, I gotta come out for the premiere, my brother. I'm gonna hit you up on Instagram too, Wise baby, and we're gonna tap in. We gotta stay connected.
All right, tell everybody to follow me on Instagram, Freeway Ricky. Follow my fighter too. Hey, Keto, what's your Instagram? Tell them to go check you out.
What up, though, man? Check me out at Packboy LaFleur, PACKBOII. As soon as you type that in, you're gonna see the young pretty motherfucker like myself, nice and dripped and laced up. You're gonna see it. Yeah.
All right.
I love you, my brother. Thanks for the game. Stay blessed. You hear me?
One love.